channel. So today I had a video in mind, and probably by the time I post this, it's been in my SD card for a little bit. So I said, I figured it's Sunday, why not get it out? I have a list of questions and a thumbnail, but I have a list of questions, not questions, notes, rather notes that I have, and I figured I'd kind of get them off my chest, how I feel about this whole Colleen Ballinger in my mind, just a little bit. Okay, so the first, we're gonna go in order. So the first one is, Colleen is a mental patient. She's a mental patient, or rather she should be. Now I know some people are like, oh, she should be locked up, she should that. There are a lot of people that should be locked up, but at the very least, she needs to be off the road. Locked up as a mental patient, at the very least. Now, if the opportunity arose for, being arrested, well, so be it. But at the very least, she needs to be a mental. I'm convinced she doesn't decipher the difference between good and bad. From what I've been seeing, more and more, I'm convinced she actually thinks what she does is okay, and what she's been doing for years is okay. And to me, that just tells me she's mental. I don't know. That's kind of believes that she's not done anything wrong, and she really hasn't responded to much of the accusations. She hasn't responded to anything that's been out there on the internet, the videos, the response videos, the pictures, the text, the receipts. No kind of response at all to any of this. That tells me that she either doesn't care.
That's suspicious.
B, doesn't think what she's done past up until now as wrong. So either A, she belongs in jail, or B, she belongs in a mental ward. Inside of a wet box, inside of a wet jacket, where she can no longer hurt anybody. But who am I? I'm no one. I'm just no one. The more I dug, this doesn't just seem to be a one-off. This is a family affair. Her brother is just as guilty, if not more guilty, not only for his own actions, but for the actions that he knew about his sister engaging in. More accountable for that. I don't know. I don't feel like she truly understands what she's doing is wrong. Almost like she's just putting on one big show and it's all laughs, ha 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 ha, talking to her and her family. They're all psychotics. Every single one of them. I didn't dig too much into her parents, but they're all psychotics. Multiple, and I do mean multiple, grooming reports. And every time each one of these come out, you think, hey, Colleen should at least respond to something. She should at least defend herself. No, none of that. I thought the law is innocent until proven guilty, but in this case, it seems to be guilty until proven innocent, and there's not much in the way of her innocence. There's been TikTok videos, there's been YouTube videos, you name it, tweets. There's a whole thread on Reddit. Nothing back to the whole grooming. At the very least, if someone's going to be putting out those kind of reports, you might want to at least respond to one of them. Or not, maybe that you threw your hat in the ring and you're like, fuck it, I did do it. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. Next, there are some people that are on the internet saying that she's performed acts of pedophilia. Now, I don't
receipts proving the things that I'm about to tell you. However, I feel uncomfortable sharing them because he is a minor. So I'm only going to be showing you the things that were between adults or things that were already public. The biggest issue that came from his video is that I sent a child underwear, and wow, anyone who heard this out of context and was offended, I completely understand because I would be too. But in this situation, context is everything, so I would like to give you some context to this situation. 4 years ago, I did a live stream, and in this live stream, I did a giveaway. I was giving away clothes that were unused, tagged still on, brand new, that I had just bought that I did not want. One of the items that was in this box was a really ugly pair of underwear. As soon as we pulled them out, Corey and I started laughing and joking around about how ugly they were. Why did I buy these ridiculous underwear? It was so stupid.
I just got a big old box from Forever 21 and I want to open it up in front of you guys. Maybe I'll send the ones I don't want to you guys. I got a bunch of crop tops. The panties from you.
And people started asking for them in the live stream.
Everyone wants that bra.
You want the bra?
Everyone wants the bra.
At the end of the live stream, I was done giving away clothes, and then this boy who made this video about me recently, he asked for the underwear.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I want to send him something. Do you want the bra, Adam?
Do you want the bra and panties? Tweet right now.
I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties, although then his parents will be like, you're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties. Even Mom, don't worry. I watched the boy wear them online first.
know about that. I do know that she's been involved in grooming. I don't know about any other reports or receipts, but there have been some messages floating on the internet, and some of them are between, well, some of them are her and Colleen in a group chat of like kids and teenagers. First of all, you're an adult. You don't belong in a group chat of children. That's for them, not you. Get out. Second of all, ew. And third of all, white jacket, orange suit, clink, feel like. In this instant, I don't just blame her, I blame society. I mean, all of her shows, nobody noticed this behavior. Nobody. I mean, there was zero accountability. No one said nothing. I also blame the parents of these kids who had to endure this. Because it's not just Adam. I mean, there are other kids that have to go through this. You're sitting in the audience. You don't see this. I mean, and it's not like you couldn't hear what she was saying, because there's some video footages of her on stage and you can clearly hear what she's saying. So, it's just like you didn't, like, what didn't click? Know what's wrong with people today. And this, like, I understand 3 years ago when Adam put a video out detailing what happened. You know, I think everyone was so, so taken away by the whole James Charles ordeal, and he wasn't the only one. There were YouTubers, TikTokers. What were those twins? Not the twins, but the brothers. I forgot their names. Spanish too. I forgot their names. But anyway, they were big TikTokers. Now they're just like, ugh, no one really even pays them any mind. But there was so many influencers that were exposed for their child grooming that it just, I don't know if they just missed it or what. And I don't understand that either, because the video that Adam put out was like, did like 1.5 million views, so it's not like the word wasn't getting out. And at any rate, I don't just blame Colleen, I also blame the parents who, it just like, I blame you because you just didn't have your eyes on the ball. You put your trust into an entertainer who is secretly grooming children. Let's think about that. that your child was acting different or, you know, reserved or closed off or whatever, I mean, there are changes that are pretty clear. Anyway, so the multiple reports that have been coming out about her messages, like I said, the group chats, texts, even like conversations on lives, yeah, just generally very disturbing things. And the more and more I dug, the more disturbed I got. And I made therapy after seeing and hearing about everything that was going on behind the scenes, and there was no accountability. I mean, it just gets really, really dark. I mean, the whole grooming thing, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's not even covering the other problematic behaviors of borrowing with the messages and the videos showing her lesser deeds. She was also sending pictures of, you know, spicy clothes, and, you know, there have even been some reports that she might have sent some other things too. That's not confirmed. The whole spicy clothes thing, that's confirmed, but we just overall send very inappropriate things to underage people that you shouldn't be sending. And then she'd be like, if you're on stage, like there was this one video I found where she was on stage.
I love you too! I've never had anyone so enthusiastic. Come on. What's still wearing my horse? How embarrassing. Just let me slip this off. I have loved this woman forever.
Wait, what?
I did everything I could to get to this show.
I don't know. That's just like my thing. So like I said, the more and more I got into it and divulged and did a deep dive, it just got.
Don't do it.
Sending
Don't do it.
Lingerie to underage people. I told you this was getting dark and darker and darker and darker and the darker. And the way I think about this is the more that she's getting exposed, the darker it gets, and the more insidious some of these actions become. I just can't understand how nobody mentioned this, aside from the only time I started seeing this is when Adam started talking about it. Then people started coming out, some younger, some older. Like, none of this was ever addressed, none of this, and this is what I'm saying. The adults in the situation failed these kids. One person, adults at the time, got involved. Nobody? Like, how do you go this long of doing this and not be caught at all? And there's something, she's been grooming people for the last, like, what, 5 to 10 years? 5 to 10 years.
What? Child.
That's disgusting. Like, that is nasty. That is the epitome of the bottom of the barrel. I just think of a little boy or little girl who trusted these adults. They couldn't or wouldn't. Or these little girls and boys who were there for, Miranda sings or Colleen, and instead they got a predator. Like, to me, that is like by definition, failing. As a guardian, as a parent, as an adult, that is like true failure to protect these people. Years worth of, I think it was around 10 years worth of sexual advances and inappropriate conversations, messages, and sending spicy lingerie, and all sorts of but this is just scratching the surface of her vile nature. Like, when I say it, it's just the bottom of the barrel. It's worth of racist and texts and messages and even emails. And then, of course, some of the video footage, erases itself. There was one where she was on a plane and there was a heavier set woman who was Asian, right? I'm not going to requote what she said. It was not nice. But in the like at the beginning of this clip, it was actually two clips confused to one. And at the beginning of the clip, it showed how she was saying you shouldn't judge a woman based on her weight and all this other stuff. And then, you know, in the next clip of this same clip, or the next part of this clip, it shows her doing the exact same thing she's telling people not to do. So, you know, she's a hypocrite, a bigot. She is a racist, you know. She likes to fat shame people, and it just exposed more of her vile machinations. She's just, it was truly eye-opening how many lies came out of her mouth, how much deceitfulness. She's saying behavior knows no bounds. As far as I can see, there's no boundaries that she won't cross. The deeper I dug into her, the more I was convinced that she either just doesn't have soul or she lacks humanity, empathy, I mean, I don't know, compassion, anything. But I just didn't see it. The more I dug. So I don't know. You know, I don't know if she just wasn't taught that growing up or she just was born that way. I don't know, but I couldn't see it. I could not see it at all. No accountability, no real apologies. And you know, these YouTubers, they're fake, have no. I remember I seen this one apology from someone who was caught in a grooming exposure, and this YouTuber, you know, did their little apology, and then another clip resurfaced of a different angle that they were shooting at. One angle was from the camera they were shooting on, or the phone they were shooting on, and the other was the camera that was on like the side of them. And you could see in that other one, I think someone was filming them. It caught the person, the influencer doing the apology video, what looked like they were actually crying. They were using, what do you call them? Eye drops to make it look like they were crying.
What did he say?
That's dedication. Dedication to lying. Dedication to deceit. Dedication to just disgusting. Yes. I mean, you're so fake that you couldn't even shed one real tear. You had to use eye drops. I think she has an apology from like 3 years ago, but I don't know what it was for.
Receipts proving the things that I'm about to tell you. However, I feel uncomfortable sharing them because he is a minor. So I'm only going to be showing you the things that were between adults or things that were already public. The biggest issue that came from his video is that I sent a child underwear, and wow, anyone who heard this out of context and was offended, I completely understand because I would be too. But in this situation, context is everything. So I would like to give you some context to this situation. 4 years ago, I did a live stream, and in this live stream, I did a giveaway. I was giving away clothes that were unused, tagged still on, brand new, that I had just bought that I did not want. One of the items that was in this box was a really ugly pair of underwear. As soon as we pulled them out, Corey and I started laughing and joking around about how ugly they were. Why did I buy these ridiculous underwear? It was so stupid.
I just got a big old box from Forever 21 and I want to open it up in front of you guys. Maybe I'll send the ones I don't want to you guys. I got a bunch of crop tops. Oh, God. The panties from you.
And people started asking for them in the live stream.
Everyone wants that bra.
You want the bra?
Everyone wants the bra.
At the end of the live stream, I was done giving away clothes, and then this boy who made this video about me recently, he asked for the underwear.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I want to send him something. Do you want the bra, Adam?
Do you want the bra and panties? Tweet right now.
I'm sending him something. Okay, maybe he'll want the panties. Although then his parents will be like, "You're not allowed to watch who is sending you panties." Even mom, don't worry. I watched a boy wear them online first.
Video, but you'll see how her fake ass apologies just don't mean nothing. They really don't. Long list, I told you, but we're almost done. So we got years worth of manipulation. Now, underage conversations and sending inappropriate things, and I mean, these are all just obviously at the top of the list, but there are other things like years of manipulation, children, or even other adults to getting what you want. I mean, it doesn't just apply to her. There's a lot of YouTubers who do this once they get, especially once they get like up there in the million, they really start showing their true colors. It's amazing how many people, once they get like a million, followers or a million subscribers, they show who they truly are, as if they're so much better than everybody else. And that Colleen has had just goes way of no accountability. I mean, pretty much this whole video is detailed the lack of accountability that she is not taking for any of her behavior. And I get it, right? You're like, oh, you can't keep digging in the past. If she was breaking the law, we can't. So it's like, we need to meet that same manager. If you're gonna hold these group of people accountable, we need to hold everyone accountable at the same, level. So that's kind of where I stand on that. And that's why I feel like there's no accountability for these creators, these influencers, these YouTubers, TikTokers, you name it, these Snapchatters. There's so many in the last few years that just have had no accountability, and then by the time you want to hold them accountable, it's 10 years later. Like, no, we did wrong. We greatly messed up. This is why communities have downfalls, the gaming community, the beauty community, and so forth, because there's no accountability. The time there is, it's like, it's almost too late, or they don't acknowledge it. There's a phase where people are exposing, but then it just dies down and those people just become irrelevant. Failed children, and they're still failing children, allowing this behavior to happen right underneath their nose, and they didn't even know. Speak for the other parents, but at that age, you should be heavily involved in your kids' lives. Especially as they get older, they're not going to want to be with their parents all the time. So at that age, you need to be with your kids as much as you can to help them, nurture them, mature them, teach them, guide them. Most importantly, protect them from these predators. I get it. You're all for protecting them from, everything else, but never the real threat that's sometimes even in your own home and you don't even know it. That, parents really dropped the ball, and the adults that were in the lives, the chaperones at these, events, these tours, these meet and greets. It's just reports were coming up, receipts were coming up, videos were being done. Nobody ever took it seriously, and the people who did, bring it up, like Adam and so many others that brought him up, just nothing. I've seen videos like 5, 6, even 7 years old that, detailed some of Colleen's behavior, and nothing was ever done. No accountability, no responsibility, no addressing, nothing. So when I see that, no, I don't feel bad for people when they are attacked. No, I don't feel bad. And in this case, I don't feel bad for cancellation. I do agree that cancellation the cancel culture's gotten a lot of hand, but I believe that if used correctly, this is where canceling needs to be focused. On people who actually need to be canceled for their behavior and lack of accountability. All right, and that is it for my list of what I had. Who've never even been caught or never been exposed, or people just too afraid to open up about it. That's usually what happens. Too afraid to open up about it. And then by the time they do. It's like, you know, the most vital period where it could have been used. It's just like now I don't know, sometimes it feels like too late. I don't know, I just think that, you know, I'm glad Adam's speaking up. We should really be pushing and supporting these people who have had stories that need to be heard. So that's another reason why I like to talk about this, is that I'm passionate about accountability myself, and I just don't like when people abuse that and don't have accountability for themselves.
See what I was younger, I would say when I grow up.